What's happening? What's happening? We are back. Trash talking with the old heads. We in here again, the final four
Yeah,
edition. I'm your host, Dante, along with my old head debate partners. What's happening, Greg? What's happening, bro?
yeah. You know what it is, baby. It's Final Four Saturday. No excuses. Play like a champion. Play like a champion,
Other old head
bitch.
debate partner, Jerry. What's happening, bro?
It's your boy JW. The W stands for wins, which is what my Duke Blue Devils about to do later on. Why play like a champion when you can be a champion? Like the Duke Blue Devils have been several times.
Blue Devils. Okay, we'll see. All right. But it's that weekend, so let's get right into it, fellas. The game has already started at the
But
time of
before you get
recording.
into it, Mr.
Hey, I'm
Dante
about
Beatty,
to. Hey,
before
you
you get
said you were
into
taking
this,
it over last week. You
yeah,
said,
I'm about to.
oh,
You didn't let me take. I was about to let the people know we appreciate the support. We want you to continue to support us by clicking on that like and subscribe button. We want you to comment, follow us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, and we
don't
coming at you.
forget YouTube,
We're
trash
gonna keep
talking with
doing
the
what we
old
do.
heads.
We love what we do, and we're gonna keep growing this community, baby. The trash talking, the old head community. Let's go.
Because we say what the hell we want to say, because we old and we don't give a damn. We
Don't
don't
give
give
a
a damn.
damn.
Speaking of that, I want to spin the block off something real quick.
All right, go
This
ahead,
ain't
bro.
gonna take. This ain't gonna take but a half a second.
Bend the block, bro.
Shit.
Go ahead.
Shit.
So we are the old heads, but G, on one of our shows, you labeled it. You put that crash out topic in there. It was when we talked about Stephen A. and LeBron, and you labeled it the crash out or something like that.
I
That
didn't
ain't
label it
old head
nothing.
lingo. That's new millennial
I didn't
YN
label it anything.
YN lingo. That ain't how we talk. We don't
Hey
say
man,
that.
you gotta
And you
keep
know
up
where
with the
that came?
times.
I'm spinning
You
the
gotta
block.
keep up with
I'm
the
driving the
times.
car. I'm spinning the block.
Hey
And
man, you need to
furthermore,
get out the
and
driver's
and
seat
and
and ride
and,
shotgun because you're gonna drive us into
and,
off
fur,
the in a ditch some damn
and
well.
furthermore, that crash out term was being used on every part of the dark net that was discussing your boy as some type of hero for doing that whole thing.
Oh
Everybody was
man,
saying
this
that
nigga is
Stephen
in
A
his
was crashing
feelings.
out, crashing out, crashing out. That
He
ain't
in
old
his
head
feelings.
lingo. It's not. It's
He in
not
his
old head lingo. That's all I'm saying.
Dante, he in his feelings.
That's not.
His
No,
boy
no, no. I'm
crashed
not.
out.
Well,
It
hey,
it hit me. It
hey,
hit me when
well,
I
Jerry,
watched it.
like they used to say, Greg, like you used to tell us, Greg, you brought the problem to the table. What's the solution?
It hit me. It hit me when I was watching it. I was
Man,
watching it, and then it
ain't
hit
no
me
such thing as
in
no
my
we
ear.
can't.
Yeah, it is. It hit me in my ear because that's Ron lingo. Anytime he using that crash out because he read it on Twitter and then he
So
gets beat.
what's the proper verbiage for Stephen A doing all that lying and
Lying.
bullshit
Oh, we're
and
not
bull
going. I
jive
ain't
he was
going. We're
doing?
not going back into that. I'm just saying that crash out is this stuff
I'm just
did.
asking for the language for the verbiage because if we don't stay up with the times, what you ain't using said smartphones, no, you know what I'm saying? You still on the rotary
That's
phone.
one. That's one thing about old heads. We don't
Got
care.
to keep up with the times, man.
That's one thing about
We
the
ain't
old
that
heads.
old.
We don't care nothing about.
Dante, is we that old?
I
Nothing
don't
about
know if we
that
got
shit.
old yet, bro.
We ain't that old. We got to
We
keep
don't
up with
care
the
nothing about
times,
that
man.
shit. I don't know. I think of something. I come up with something, but it hit me the other day. We good.
So he spent the block on Jerry got a problem with the term crash out.
Like, most definitely.
He say he crying over his boy Stephen A. Cry me a river.
Man,
Cry
but let's
me a
get into this Florida
river.
Auburn game that has already begun. At the time of this recording, the score is 33-27 Auburn. I think we
All
all
right.
picked Florida to win this game. Are you feeling confident in that pick still?
I am.
The way this game is going so far?
I am. I just like the fact that Florida has depth. Um, and they. I don't know. If Auburn. Have we seen Auburn in other than the like what have we seen them in like one or two close games? they trying to stretch this one out as we speak, but I just think Florida got all the tools. And to be too deep damn near at every position, I think that's big in college basketball. But Auburn look like they got some dog right now, though. They trying to get it.
You confident, G?
Hey man, this is the SEC. Number one, let's spin the block on the SEC, showing that they were the best conference all year long. Half of the teams in the Final Four, half of the teams in the Elite Eight, almost half of the teams in the Sweet 16, 7 out of the 16 teams. So I'm gonna give a shout out to the SEC. But Florida's already proven they can beat Auburn when Auburn was number one for a good majority of the year. Um, but Auburn seemed like they're playing pretty well. They got some big buckets early from Chaz Baker Mazar. That's one of the keys to their success is making sure that he's a X factor, not a negative X factor, a positive X factor, because that boy sometimes loses his mental. Sometimes he needs counseling. It seems like when he's on the floor, but Florida got the defense and the length to bother Janai Broom. If they can keep him under wraps, they can keep Tahad Pettiford. That boy got a game. They can keep him from getting off like he did in the last game against Michigan State. Florida should be able to win with Walter Clayton doing what he do, because that dude there, he can shoot the leather off the ball.
I like Pettiford. That
Yeah,
dude.
I like him too. The only thing that worries me about Auburn is I'm worried about Broom right now. He don't look himself. I like the way they playing. They're playing really
He
hard,
got he
but
got elbow where he caught a mean elbow to the chest and the sternum on a
yeah,
post move from
yeah,
the big number 4 for
yeah.
Florida.
I know.
That was
Man
his
up.
name.
Yeah, he does.
Icy
Man
brother.
up.
He's not looking right quite yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Auburn's looking good though, man. They looking like they came to play today. I'm still going Florida. Still, they still looking. I
Yeah.
still think in
Florida
the second
showed you a
half.
lot of what they had the last game. They didn't play well the entire game. It was kind of a tie game. Texas Tech kind of took the lead in the second half and then stretched the lead out to 10. And when they did that, Florida, they flipped the switch. And
Yep.
they Houck, or whatever is how you pronounce his last name. He one of the 7-footers. He came out, and then Walter Clayton closed the show. So I mean, they're gonna
That
be a tough out, man. They are
that's the
real.
that's the that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing
think
that's gonna
Mazzara and
bother them.
Pettiford gonna have to really have big second halves for Auburn to hang on. I really
That's
do.
that's the thing that's gonna bother Broom the most is that size. Like he don't play against a whole
Yeah.
bunch of cats that's way
Right,
bigger than him. They front line
right. Because
Do
he's
way.
y'all
two,
think that
he's
dude
two
got
for
an
six
NBA
right now.
career? He got a good NBA career for what he does. He gonna have to be able to step out. Excuse me. He gonna be able to have to step out
Rotational
a little
player,
bit.
rotational kind of
He
player.
got good post moves, but yeah, I've seen him play against size, and he don't fare too well. He don't.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
why
as
I said, yeah,
dominant when he
for me,
plays.
he's a rotational kind of bench player. I think he can have a good NBA career, but it'll be off the bench, I think.
And he
I
don't
don't
have a
see him
whole
being
lot of explosiveness about his
yeah,
game.
that's why I say I don't see him being a
He
starting power forward.
he reminds me of I look at him as a Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden played a long time in the league. A low scoring double double type a cat. At times, you can catch him with a 15 and 10 type cat, 15-8, something like that. So I see him as a Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden didn't have a whole lot of lift, in his game. So, if he can learn the game and play, from a cerebral aspect, then his size, wouldn't matter because that's what Drew Gooden had to do.
Yeah, I definitely see him as a contributor, and on the NBA team, he'll definitely make it. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's move to game number 2. Duke, Houston. Who you got?
Give me the Cougars for the upset, baby. Nah, I got Duke. I got Duke winning that game. Houston just don't have enough offense. But fuck Duke. I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. Fuck Duke. I'm going for the Houston Cougars. I want them to, excuse me, god damn. Them Powerways are kicking my ass right now, man. And they're piling out there in that soccer field.
That
Number
problem.
one, shout out to my daughter's soccer team. They end up winning 4-3. My daughter had 2 assists. I had to yell at her to hustle and to run like she was doing something instead of prancing out there. But
You went
she
out there cursing out the refs like Jerry was at the basketball game today, were you?
no, I didn't do any of that, man. That Negro was being a real Negro out there cussing out the refs, talking about who you think you talking to. You was a white you was a white
This
end.
man out here reffing for free.
You was
Oh no,
he
refs
he
don't ref
talking
for
about
free.
YNs. Wasn't he the YN? You an old head. You supposed to let that shit ride, man. Be like, all right, Blue. You supposed to
No,
been calling him Blue and pointing out his atrocities and refing the game instead of, you know what I'm saying, pulling your chest out trying to debo the man.
y'all can listen to Greg and y'all can listen
We listening
to
to
my
you.
boy
You the one
Dante.
told this
Y'all
story.
can listen to them if y'all want to, but I would give this note to any referee. If you worried about what's being said in the stands rather than the game, your job, whatever bills coming from or the checks coming from, then you definitely worried about the wrong thing. If fans are not in the stands cursing you, telling you to kill yourself, die, blah blah blah, it don't
I
matter what
doubt I,
they saying because
I don't
they
doubt
gon'
y'all was
they gon'
probably saying that.
the
Dante Rayner's
fans
back
the
in, man. We
fans
didn't
are
got way off
always
track.
gonna say
Yeah,
that.
we ain't got
Fans
too
are
far
always
off
gonna
track.
talk about them fouls.
Moral of that story is don't be a Negro in the stands cursing at the refs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Moral of the story. But man, yeah, unfortunately, I got to go with Duke too. I'm with Greg though. Fuck Duke. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately,
I
wow.
don't want him to win, but
Hell no, ever.
I've never been a Duke fan. I haven't liked Duke since forever. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how any black man who grew up when we grew up is a fan of Duke. But hey,
They gotta
Gary's a
have
weird kind of dude. You know what
they
I'm saying?
gotta have Emmanuel Sharp hit his shot. He gotta be able to be a sharp shooter out there.
Yeah, those 3-point shots
He's
have
one of
got
the
to
best three
fall
point
today.
shooters. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta fall, bro. Those 340% shooters they have, they got to be on. Two of them got to be on. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Uzan more of a driver than a shooter, but he got to be and LJ Cryer got to be able to penetrate.
Yeah, and the
But it's
defense
gonna be
gonna be
tough
there.
going.
Yeah, you know they're gonna play defense. So we'll
Yeah.
see, man. We're gonna see what Cooper Flag all about because I think they're gonna try to get up in him and make it tough on him. So we're gonna see what he about. You know what I'm saying?
Could the
Turn
could the NBA Olympic team tried to make it tough on my boy Cooper Flag too? We saw that work. He was
Oh my
17
God,
when he
people
played
still
against them.
living. Y'all still talking about these
That
damn.
man,
that
that
man,
man was
that
Damn
man
that
man.
had three
that man
shots.
was
He made
that man was
three
that man was
baskets.
17 years old when he played against them. So
He made three
um,
baskets.
at 18, he's looking like one of the best players in college basketball all season
They
long
were
in the
saying the
tournament.
same shit about Christian Laettner. Who cares?
Oh, Christian
Cares.
Laettner, one of the
Who
greatest
cares?
college basketball players
What
ever.
did he
But
do when he
anyway,
got to the NBA?
Exactly.
so
What did he do when he got
all
to the
star,
NBA?
all star,
Average as hell.
all star,
Average as hell.
all star,
Average as hell.
all star,
I'm talking about the
Give me an
wackest of
NBA Christian Laettner moment. I'll wait.
right.
all
The
star,
wackest of NBA careers for
all
one of the
star,
greatest college basketball players of
Right.
all time.
all star. So
Man,
Underwhelming is the word
don't
you're
be
looking for.
don't be don't be
that is the word,
confused.
sir. Say that
That's the
again.
word.
Please,
Underwhelming.
please, everybody, don't be confused by these dudes that trying to hijack the topic. But we're playing against the Cougars, the Houston Cougars, very good defensive team, but like Greg said, they don't have enough offense. Even if their defense does play well, they don't have enough offense to beat us. Uh, Cooper Flag has been leading the charge on both offense and defense. We got healthy at the right time. We're playing as a team. Our ball movement within our offense is great. We get great looks from three. We've been knocking them down. Um, Proctor has really stepped into his own ever since the game that the couple of games Cooper Flag, or the game Cooper Flag had to miss. And we've been rolling ever since. K Nip has started playing like he did, his high school career. He's knocking down his open trays. He's also playing good defense as he was able to keep
Man, tell us how they're gonna
Steers
beat Houston,
way
man.
out.
We don't want
Our
a
defense,
recap of the
our de-
season.
Right.
we're
We don't
we're
need no damn
defensive. We're
recap. We
We
talking
are
about
a
this game coming
we
up.
are a defensive first team also, and our defense will limit their offense just a tad bit more in order for us to stretch it out and get the win. I see us winning by a good 10 or 12 points.
Hell no. No, won't happen. Won't happen.
Well, you can hope.
I think Duke wins, but it'll be a close game. They maybe win by 4 or 5, but I think they'll win though.
Yeah. Bama thought they were gonna get a close game too.
Here we go with Bama. What
Bama thought we was gonna win the game.
I don't know.
We ain't worried about no close game.
I don't know why you thought that.
Because we was one of the best teams in the country all year. That's why.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
you
you
talking
ran up.
about?
So you actually ran up on one of the best teams in the country.
We've played the best teams in the country all year, sir. Don't get me started on that whack ass ACC conference that y'all played.
How many points y'all score against Duke?
100.
Not enough. What did y'all score, like 58 points or something?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. They should have sat that one boy down, Sears or somebody.
Hey, listen, the disrespect will see. So I will crash out on one of you motherfuckers.
That boy could hit the broad side of a barn. Could throw it in the ocean. I tell you.
Which one of y'all cousins playing in college basketball right now? None. Okay. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Move on to the next topic.
Oh shit.
She's out there shooting from a pier trying to hit threes.
Let's move on to the women's, man. The final.
He is in the record books though for the NCAA record books.
He is indeed. He is indeed.
There you go. And a top five AP player of the year.
Shout out to Mark. Shout out to him.
Which one of y'all cousins did that?
Hey,
it's just
okay.
Hey,
shout out to
okay.
Being in the top 5 is actually worth what?
Not it's shit. Worth something.
It's worth shit.
It ain't worth shit. Something. It's worth something. Where your cousin at?
It ain't worth shit.
Where your family at? Did your family was all 5 top 5 All-American?
I got family
on the Naismith Award winner finalist. Was he one of that?
Sport. I got family in the Hall of Fame for college sports.
Was he one of them? Was he on the Naismith Award finals? Was he that? No. Okay. Let's move on. Before I crash out on this ON.
Was he the AP? Was he the AP choice? No. That dude said he fifth.
I said top 5.
Okay.
I said fifth, nothing.
That's fifth.
All right, man. Let's move on to this women's game. The women's final is set, man. South Carolina, UConn. Kind of what everybody expected. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what I expected. Who you got, Jerry? Who you got? You're our women's game connoisseur. Who you got?
Man, I am glad that we got this matchup, but
yeah, me too.
I don't think South Carolina going to be able to pull it out, man. I don't think they can do it. Paige Beckers is on a heater. This girl is getting her ultimate doggone. I think her field goal percentage is something like 53% from the field, 88% from the free throw line, and shooting 42% from 3. She is on one. I mean, she is getting everything she wants. I'm glad to see this play out like that for her. You know, she wasn't she had that one injury scare where she was hit in a game, but she was able to come back. And just glad to see her healthy and play a full season and finish out her college career. I purposely did not watch any of the games from UConn this year because I didn't want to see her get hurt again up until yesterday. But glad to see her finish the game. I don't think South Carolina will be able to score with them. I'm a South Carolina fan in the women's game. Love Don Staley to death, but I just don't think they'll be able to score with UConn. And that played out when they played early this year.
6.5 point favorite.
Say that again.
UConn's a 6.5 point favorite right now.
Yeah, they blew those girls out when they played them early in the season.
They did. That was in South Carolina, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. And I think it's going to be more the same. I just don't think they have enough scoring to deal with them because, especially if they get off like they did yesterday. They got their ultimate ball on yesterday with my girl Strong out there, the daughter of my girl Feaster. I used to love watching her when she played college ball. But yeah, I got UConn winning big.
Who you got, Greg?
I don't really follow college women's sports like that. I know the bigger names. Um, Paige Beckers is a problem. I don't think South Carolina has a player on her caliber this year. But South Carolina got championship DNA.
Yes, they
They
do.
was a bad game away from in the Final Four a few years ago from possibly being at a three-peat. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm SEC all the way, baby. Let's go, Don Staley.
Yeah, I think this is one of Staley's better coaching jobs with this team because I've watched them a few times this year. I don't think they're an ultra talented team, you know what I'm saying? But she's coached them up this year, you know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna need some big performances from what's your girl Fu Wiley. She's gonna have a big.
Who Wiley,
Yeah,
Malaysia.
she gonna need points in this game, bro. They gonna need points to beat UConn. You know what I'm saying? If I had to put money on it, I would pick UConn. But my heart, I'm kind of with Greg. My heart is with Don Staley in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I want them to win, but my sports mind tells me that UConn is a little bit too much for them this year. Hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised and South Carolina can make a game out of it. But I'm kind of with you, JW. I see this could get out of hand again. You know what I'm saying? Especially if South Carolina doesn't start off strong. So we'll see. That game starts, let's see, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am going to watch it, though. You know what I'm saying? I am trying, like I said, this year I'm trying to watch more of this, the women's game. You know what I'm saying? Rolling in, especially then rolling into the WNBA. I'm going to try to watch some of that this year. You know what I'm saying? And see. But the question that is leading me to, we talked about this the other day, JW. These girls going back to school instead of going to the WNBA. What's your thoughts, bro? Because it's becoming kind. I think it's going to become kind of a trend. You know what I'm saying? Well, these women going to decide I'll take this NIL money over the WNBA rookie contract because it's more.
It makes sense in that way. It just makes sense. The checks are lower in the WNBA than what they're getting cut in college, so it just makes sense for them, especially the
The
better
top ones,
players.
right? The top ones, right?
It makes sense for them to maximize the dollar while they're in college. Even though you're risking injury, but my goodness, the money
Right.
is a lot. You got some of these girls in the millions, so it just makes sense. There's no need in the, it's the game's own fault, for allowing this to happen. But right now, the WNBA just doesn't have that top tier dollar that
Right. Right.
they don't command the attention or the eyeballs right now. It's increasing. I think we're in an interesting time for women's sports as far as them getting some of the well deserved attention. Plus, we've just had an influx of stars. Like we got a lot of good girls that are playing right now.
Right.
But
Heard your girl Flaw J. Johnson. I heard her
yeah,
NIL was 1.5 million.
yeah.
Oh, man.
So it don't, so what they say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right.
So going back, I'm glad they have the opportunity to do it. Although in Notre Dame, it seemed like something else weird is going on there. Like maybe, some girls didn't want the. I mean, it'll come out in the wash.
Yeah, say your one girl who didn't want to be number two anymore or something. I heard. I was kind of reading an article about that. She wanted to go be where she could
Yeah,
be number one. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and it's gonna be a couple of things that to come out of that over time because all but two or three players left the program. So
Right. Right.
I expect something to come out about
The
coaching,
coach or something.
coaching
Yeah.
style, money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A couple of different stories have to come out of that. But that was shocking to see because Notre Dame had a great team. They ran into it against TCU. They couldn't overcome TCU, and my girl Van Lith and how she's been playing. But man, the whole team down there that was
Right.
shocking to me. But it just makes sense though.
So before we move on, quick question. So let's say Dawn Staley pull it off. Where does that put her in the pantheon of women's coaches in basketball, college basketball? If she gets number 4 and beats this team, which she's an underdog, that would give her a 4. Where would that put her? I think Oriema has what, 11? I think Summit has 8.
It would put her
on track for real.
Put up to me, it'll put her, like right behind them. Right behind them. She's her stardom with this South Carolina team, starting back with Asia Wilson, and winning these titles. Like she had already proved that she can actually coach. She had already proved that. But for her to keep the 5 stars coming in like she is, she stands a chance to build some longevity there.
Yeah.
It'll be hard.
Challenge Gino. Yeah.
It'll be hard to catch Gino.
Can she catch him? Because he's got what, 11?
Yeah. So it'll be hard. It'll be hard to catch him. But my God, she's moving this fast. If anybody has the mind to do it and the skill set to do it, it will be Dawn Staley. Because she seems like, every time I hear her talk, it's the perfect. Like she's the perfect. She's always level headed. Even when we went to go see her coach, you can tell that she tries to mind her mannerisms, even when she's going off or trying to really get a point across to the girls. Sometimes you'll see her and she's animated, and then she'll turn around real fast, and it looks like she's trying to change her countenance in order to get back and to finish whatever she was trying to say to the girl. And that's a great awareness.
I don't think countenance has ever been mentioned on a sports podcast ever. Kudos. Kudos for
your vocabulary. Your Bible words, huh?
And kudos to her on that new contract, making over $4 million a year. Kudos to Dawn.
Yeah, if she win, that'll be her 4th. She'll be tied with Kim Mulkey, bringing her past Tara Vanderveer. But yes, just the way that she brought this championship run to South Carolina, that historically not been a hotbed for talent, not a hotbed for NCAA dominance. It was Pat Summitt at first at Tennessee, then Gino Auriemma kind of took advantage of Pat passing away to surpass her and continue it on. But she'll be probably at that 2nd level, right there with Kim Mulkey and Tara Vanderveer.
Right behind Tara Vanderveer.
She got to get her wins up though, because them folks got thousands of
wins,
right at 400 and something.
Yes, she like that shooting star right now. Now you got to see if it's got the longevity to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No doubt. Well, let's switch gears to this NBA Hall of Fame. Got some new inductees, but we're going to focus on a couple of them. Your boy Melo, he's in there. Your boy Dwight, they were no doubters. Ain't no doubt about it. They were no doubters. Well, I don't want to speak for y'all. They were no doubters.
No doubters. Whoa.
Really? You're going to say there was a doubt that either one of them belonged in the Hall of Fame?
Now, in my opinion, there's no doubt that Dwight Howard is the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay. So if he's a no doubt, how the hell is Carmelo Anthony not a no doubt?
The Basketball Hall of Fame, okay, put it like this. To me, Carmelo, I guess he's no doubt if you throw in the Olympics, and if you throw in his
the title
his superb one season at Syracuse.
So are you saying without that he's not a Hall of Famer?
His NBA career alone?
Right.
I'm not his NBA career alone, I don't think he should have been first ballot. A Hall of Fame talent, yes, but not first ballot. What did he do? What team did he lead to do something? None. No NBA team led by Carmelo Anthony amounted to a damn thing. None
But
of
you've
them.
always had great.
Even
They got he
You've
did get
always
to the
had
Western
great
even
Conference
individual
Finals.
talents who haven't won.
even
Right.
even when he was matched with an all-time talent like Allen Iverson, he still didn't do it.
They got to the Western Conference Finals and they lost to Shaq and them.
They got to the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, not Shaq and them, but they lost to.
He got to the Western Conference Finals with when Chauncey Billups, some championship pedigree, got on that team. Not with Allen Iverson.
Yeah, AI was a shell of himself at that point. He was on his way down.
Don't do that, Greg.
That wasn't
Don't do
prime
that, Greg.
AI. That wasn't prime AI.
Don't do that, Greg.
He was
Don't
a shell of himself. He wasn't the same type player,
Greg,
man. He
don't
was
do that.
He was on his way down.
No, he wasn't.
On his way down.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Nope.
He wasn't on his way down.
No, not in Denver. Nope. Look at the numbers. Look at you in front of your computer. Go look at the numbers. That boy was
I'm not
still
gonna look at the numbers. That was my favorite. That was the team that I was running with.
He
you
was
know this.
not.
That was my squad.
AI was not.
He
in
wasn't
decline.
the same, man. He wasn't the same caliber player that he was when he made it to.
He was
when
not.
He made
he was
it
not
to
in
the
decline in Denver.
2001.
He wasn't in decline in Denver, sir. Of course, he wasn't going to be putting up 30 a game like he was in Philly because he got Melo over there. So he's not going to be putting up 30. But his skills.
Nuggets, first year he averaged 24.8 on 45% shooting, 35%, and then he averaged 26.4 the next year.
Thank you. He was not in decline. He was not in decline. It was just because he's
what was his shoot? He was on his way down. I'm not saying that he was not a great player, but he wasn't the same player that he was in 2001,
and
2002.
That was actually two of his best shooting years. His shooting those 2 years were higher than the previous one.
Yeah, he shot like better in Denver than he did in Philly. Yeah. So
the only year prior to that he shot higher was 1997-98, where he shot 46.1%. Yeah. Every year after that, he shot less than what he shot in Denver.
So my point with Melo is his best chance at doing something
just down.
Was his best chance at doing something of note or major in the NBA is when he was paired with Allen Iverson. They didn't do anything. And then once he got championship pedigree with him, with Chauncey Billups, who else was on that team? I think Camby was on that team. Was Kenya Martin on that team? I think maybe Kenya Martin. So they had a very good roster.
They had Camby, they had Kenya Martin, they had Nene coming off the bench.
Did they have J.R. Smith coming off the bench too?
J.R. Smith was coming off the bench.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, he had that squad, man, and like I said, they did get to the Western Conference Finals. They lost to, I believe, Kobe. But other than that, what did he do?
What you have to look at it in the game of basketball, man. You can point out a lot of careers like that in basketball. He was a professional scorer. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 12th all-time scorer.
The question is, did he do it at a level that made him a Hall of Fame player? And I think, his offensive skill set, which is what he's known for, that's what makes him a Hall of Famer. Yeah, did it lead to any winning? No, but he's not the only one in NBA history that was a scorer and got into the Hall. I mean, there's a lot of players like that.
I'm not impressed by just making one finals run. I'm not impressed by that. Just not. You know what I'm saying? What did he do when he got to the finals? Was he a plus? Did he help his team win more than a game in the finals?
You're trying to diminish the fact that Dwight Howard got his team to a finals? That's what they play for. They the great.
He drugged that team. That wasn't a finals caliber team, in my opinion. He drugged that team to the final. That wasn't a talented team, G. They weren't that talented.
Man, come on, man.
Y'all give LeBron all this credit for dragging the Cleveland team.
I'm tripping.
He did the same thing.
He just said he's not impressed by.
I'm not impressed by that.
This Magic team making it to the finals.
That's not enough.
What are we talking about?
That's not enough to drag him into just this undoubtedly unquestionable
Lord,
all-time leading. You're making your point saying that Carmelo Anthony didn't bring a team to the finals, but you're highly impressed with Dwight Howard bringing the team to the finals. Is that just the only thing that has to happen for you to be considered Hall of Fame?
Oh, you talking to
Then
Jerry?
you have,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm talking about the 5-time first team All Pro. That's what I'm talking about. And Carmelo got 0.
how many
I'm
defensive
talking
players
about.
of the year? How many defensive
Yeah,
players of the year?
that's
How
the
many
stuff I'm
rebound
talking about.
titles, block titles?
3
I
defensive
mean,
players of the year. Yeah.
Right.
okay.
And
That
5-time
was
first team All Pro.
again his first part of his first half of the career was stellar. He was headed to one of the best centers of all time. And then what happened? So I got to factor in the entire career. After that, he was trash. You talking about being on a team with all-time great players. He was on the team with Kobe Bryant. Didn't he play with Kobe?
Hold on,
Didn't he
G.
play with
Time,
Hey,
James Harden?
time out, bro.
G.
Time out.
Didn't he play with
But
Kobe?
you need to look
He
at the
played with
stats before
Didn't
you
he play
say
with Steve
somebody trash.
Nash?
You just said he was
I didn't
trash.
say
He
he was
was not
trash.
trash. You
Did
did
I
just
say that?
he was trash.
I said it was his second half of the career was definitely not as good as his first part of the career. If you just take his second half of the career and judge it up, and this wasn't a fall off of the latter part of his career. This was a fall off from year 8 or 9 all the way to the end of his career.
This
When
is
he was
this is
just a guy. He
this
was a
is
jag.
this is this is the part of the show where we have to explain that Greg doesn't respect defensive impact on in the game of
And then my thing,
basketball.
G, in
He doesn't
2017-18,
respect
he
that.
averaged 16.6 and 12.5 rebounds. That's the same thing he had been doing. So
He had
I'm
been
like,
averaging 20, and he had been averaging over 20 points a game. Stop
right,
it,
but
Untamed.
you're talking like the fall off is this huge fall off. He was older. Yeah, it slipped. He got old.
When he played with the Lakers
Let's
the
look at this.
1 year
How
after
old
back
was he
surgery,
how old was he when he in LA and Houston? How old was he?
LA,
when he
he
was in
was
Houston,
34.
he was 28. He was 28 in
30.
Houston.
Thank you. You talking about
I'm talking
34.
about
What are you doing?
2019, 2020. He was 34.
Hold on, back up. Hold on, let's back
Or
up.
you
Back
talking
up.
about the first time?
Dante, back up 1 second. Okay.
The first time, not the last
You're
time.
right. I'm like, which time we talking about?
Washed.
Dante, back up 1
The
second.
last time we know he was washed.
And he averaged 17 and 12.4 in a lesser role. You know he wasn't shooting as much.
And led the league in rebounding.
Right. So what are we talking about?
In LA that 1 year.
Did he
with Kobe, where you know he ain't the number one option.
He led the league in rebounding.
I referenced that year with winning a championship. When you said that Carmelo Anthony didn't do anything with Allen Iverson, I was referring to that year in LA when he played with Kobe and Steve Nash. Did he win a championship? That's what I was saying. Now y'all going into what his points and rebounds.
What's the point you make?
I've been on that.
No, I'm talking about your Carmelo Anthony point. He didn't do anything with an all-time great player that you said.
He did something with less players, Greg. He went to the fucking championship game with Lewis and Turkoglu, Greg.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It don't. We talking about championships. We're talking about championships. We're talking about championships. We're talking about championships.
He had already played for a championship with a lesser.
I don't give a shit. Did he do something with a better talented roster?
What we're talking about is
the question was who had a better career.
Golly, Greg.
The question was whose career was better.
That when you asked, we went off track because he said that Carmelo.
I know what he said, but whose career was better?
Hold on.
Give me Carmelo. Give me Carmelo's career.
Man, get the hell out of here, G.
Give me Carmelo's career.
With no damn accolades, no individual accolades whatsoever. None.
Give me Melo's career.
Man, come on.
He's just a Melo fan. He's just a Melo fan. That's what he is. He's a Melo fan.
That's right.
That's
right. Carmelo had a longer career.
He was riding in
He had a
longer
New York.
About
1 year.
He had a longer career. Melo was the 2012-2013 scoring champion.
And
is that not worth anything?
Is the rebound champion worth
scoring
anything?
Champion.
Is defensive player of the year worth anything?
Not more than a scoring championship.
5-time All-Pro is 5 to none.
Not more than a
I'm
scoring
sorry.
championship.
5-time first-team All-Pro.
Not more than
I'm
a scoring
sorry,
championship.
but
Yes, it is.
22 points.
I'll take the dude that led the league in rebounding 5 times over that dude that led the league in scoring 1 time. I'll take that. I'll take that dude that led the league in blocks 2 times over that 1 time that dude led the league in scoring. What are we talking about? And I did not say
I'm telling you what I'm talking about.
Carmelo Anthony is not a Hall of Fame talent. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is for him to be, just like I questioned T-Mac being first ballot, I question Carmelo being first ballot.
Do you question Grant Hill being first ballot?
Yes. Yes, Greg, most for sure. But Dwight Howard,
Steve Nash, first ballot.
Steve Nash,
first
ballot, in my opinion.
You know what I'm talking about? It's preferences. It's preferential. First ballot.
That man was a two-time MVP.
Listen, I agree that they all should be first ballot, except for maybe Grant Hill because he was more injured. And my reasoning for saying that,
try to put up Nash up against Carmelo Anthony. Are you serious?
Did he win a championship?
No, but he was a 2-time MVP.
I don't give a shit. We all know that one of them MVPs didn't belong to him. We know that.
Okay, so how many times?
We know that.
How many MVPs does Melo have?
He was in the running for it.
I don't give a damn about no running.
He's in the running for it.
When was he in the running for an MVP?
How many MVPs did Kobe have?
When was he in the running for an MVP?
He got more MVPs than Kobe. He got more MVPs than Kobe. And we know that is a travesty.
Right now. You are killing yourself with these name drops you making. You killing yourself. You killing your whole argument. This dude said, "How
you
many
ain't
MVPs
even listening to the
Kobe,
fucking argument. I'm just talking about the fact that
how many MVPs does Kobe have? 1.
I have them as all time. I have them as Hall of Famers. I got Dwight Howard as a Hall of Famer. I got Carmelo Anthony as a Hall of Famer. You're the one trying to shit on this man's career when he's a career 22-point scorer, career 7 rebounds a game, and Dwight Howard at 15 and 12 with that. His career ended whacking. His career was whacked as fuck at the end of his career.
What team did Carmelo Anthony lead to a title attempt, a shot at a title?
So here's where we get.
Oh, okay.
Where we get the two-faced bullshit from you. When you want to highlight this dude bringing the Orlando Magic to a championship as his career-defining move. But when you talk about LeBron getting to the finals, it's
Lord,
it's shat on. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what the fuck you do every time.
Dante,
you shit on it. You shit on it. I'm not even gonna tell. You ain't gonna say it because you know you do it every day. You do it every day. You shit.
I'm not gonna take.
It ain't no bait. I'm just saying you can't.
Not gonna take the bait.
You can't raise an accomplishment.
Tell me the sense
for one player and then shit on it for another player.
Tell me
that's bullshit.
He keeps name dropping other players, but tell me the sense.
I'm name dropping your takes. I'm name dropping your takes about these players.
What
it shows the level of inconsistency. All I ever ask for is consistency.
Please tell me.
About
tell me when we in one conversation and you go out left to grab this information over here from a conversation we've had 1,000,000 times to put it into this one, that makes no sense. You're not helping your argument, sir. You're not. You're just not. You're not helping your argument.
I just laid
you have killed your own fucking argument. This whole
argument? What is my argument? What's my argument?
I don't know.
Say what it is.
No idea.
Okay, then. Well, how you know that I killed it?
It is right now.
My argument is that both of them are first ballot Hall of Famers without question. That's my argument.
I know.
That's my argument.
I know that I respect Dwight Howard's career. I respect Dwight Howard's basketball career over Carmelo Anthony. Why? Because his defensive impact was far greater than anything Carmelo Anthony did offensively in a fucking basketball game. Carmelo Anthony led the Denver Nuggets to absolutely nowhere. They never had a shot at winning anything. At least Orlando Magic got to the freaking finals and had another shot to get to the finals another year in his career. But the man was a rebounding champion, defensive player of the year twice, blocks champion. Ain't no telling how many times he was first team all defense. Compared to Carmelo Anthony, who was just a scorer, and it looked good. Carmelo Anthony was a great scorer. He scored all three levels on the court, all of that. But his impact on winning,
they exist.
His impact.
There are players that are first ballot Hall of Famers that are just defense. Then there's players that are in the Hall of Fame that are just offense.
His impact,
and they don't have championships.
His impact on winning,
crazy man,
and winning big, and the fact that he never got a chance to play for a title, all because of him. And then later in his career, he refused to adapt. That's why he wasn't on the team and got picked up finally late by Houston and OKC and all of that, and Portland or whatever. He refused to adapt. I kept saying when those later parts of the year, why won't this dude just go and study at the feet of Karl Malone on how to set a fucking pick, and he'd be one of the greatest pick and pop players or pick and roll players the game has ever seen? But he didn't want to do that. We had a player
12 all-time scoring.
We had a player. We had
6-time All-NBA, 10-time All-Star.
All that
2012,
shit,
2013
man. None of that means shit.
2003, 2004.
We had Bob McAdoo in his career finally adapt when he went to the Lakers. He couldn't be the number one scoring option with the Lakers. He adapted his game and won 2 fucking titles with LA. Carmelo Anthony was never willing to fully commit to winning in the NBA.
Like I said, Dwight Howard had a hell of a start to his career, and then he dropped off. He dropped off a cliff like a
player, but for him to be first ballot Hall of Fame, I question it just like I questioned it in T-Mac. Great talents, but first ballot was a stretch for me.
Well, congrats to both of them, man, for making the Hall of Fame, man. Melo and Dwight.
Dwight Howard career fell off the cliff like a boulder, dropped off all the way.
What did Carmelo do?
As soon as he left Orlando,
Carmelo Anthony
trash afterwards.
Carmelo Anthony has dropped off. He was out of the league and couldn't even get a job.
That was at the end of his career.
His career fell off.
That was at the end of his career.
His career fell off.
He had a longer career. He had a longer career than Dwight Howard.
Year because nobody wanted him on his team.
He was an all-star at Orlando.
Get out of here, man. Your fandom went a touch too far on this one, bro. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. One-man leader.
Let's talk about some current NBA. And them Golden State Warriors. Surging. Let me change it. The surging Golden State Warriors.
Can I say something here, man, on the Warriors?
Go ahead.
At the beginning of the year, Dante, I don't remember what Greg's take was on it. But at the beginning of the year, you said that you thought that the Warriors would be a contender. That was before the Jimmy Butler trade. You were absolutely wrong. They started off hot, and then they fell off.
No, sir. I'm absolutely right. I don't give a damn how they got there. I'm absolutely right.
You absolutely
I'm
wrong.
Absolutely correct, sir.
You were absolutely wrong, and
I never said how they would get there. I said they would be contenders.
I was absolutely right because they were ass before they got Jimmy Butler, and I was also right because you two were also wrong again that Jimmy Butler will help this team.
Sir, you also said the Milwaukee Bucks were the biggest threat to the damn Celtics in the East.
About the Warriors. We're not talking about the Bucks. We're talking about the Warriors.
So don't come here and talk about I picked the Golden State Warriors.
We're talking about the Warriors.
I picked, sir. You did not.
It was actually me and you.
Jimmy Butler
we both
help this team
both said Golden State would contend for a championship.
Shots.
Right.
And I tried to tell y'all that Jimmy's prowess would help lift this team. And I was
saying Golden State wasn't going to make the playoffs. You were absolutely correct.
They weren't before the trade. You're right.
They were in the play-in. What do you mean they weren't going to make the playoffs?
Is the play in the playoffs?
They were in the 7th seed when they made the trade.
Is the play in the playoffs?
Yes, if you win, yeah.
The play-in.
Yes, it is.
The play-in is not the playoffs. Stop.
Yes,
It is the
is.
playoffs.
No, it's not, because they don't
Yes,
even
it
keep
is.
where the stats. Where they keep the stats for the play-in?
Because you can't have the
Where
playoffs.
do they keep the
No,
stats for
answer
the
the question.
play-in?
Let me get the
Please.
question out. Can
I'm
you
sorry.
have the playoffs without the teams in the play-in?
Where do they keep the stats for the
Can
playoffs?
you have the playoffs without two of the teams in the play-in?
If they don't record your stats in the game,
Can you
does that
have the
game count?
playoffs?
Is it a regular season game?
If
Right.
they do
Is it
not
a regular
record
season
the
game?
stats for your game, does
Right,
it
because it's
count
not a regular
for
season
the
game.
playoffs?
Is it a regular season game?
The play-in is not.
Is
the
it a
playoffs.
regular season game? And if
I
there
can't
was
answer
no
that.
play,
I can't answer that question.
yeah, it's not, because they
I
don't
can't answer
record the
that
stats.
question.
You just said it.
I can't
If-
answer
Right.
that question. I
If
can't
they
answer that
didn't have,
question.
if you're the 7th or 8th seed and they didn't have the play-in, would you be in the playoffs?
The play-in is not the playoffs.
Exactly. He
We
can't
have-
answer the
we-
question. Right.
If they
And
didn't have a
I'm
play, if
pretty
they didn't have a
sure I
play-in,
can find
and you were in the
information where
7th
you
and 8th
two have said
seed,
the same thing.
would you
Sir,
be in the
Okay.
playoffs?
You would be in the playoffs, sir.
Okay.
You would
Thank
be
you
in the
for answering
playoffs.
that. It was
Exactly.
a simple, it
Like
was
I
a simple
said,
yes or no question.
it's the playoffs. Anyway,
My point being is I was right about Jimmy lifting this team.
my point being, I was right about the Warriors being a contender.
They
You got
they
Steph
have
Curry, you're a
have
contender.
They have a shot at being as high as what, 3rd, 4th, or
Yeah.
5th in the
Anywhere from,
playoffs.
the truth is anywhere from 3 to 7. If you look at the standings right now in the loss column, those
Anywhere
teams
from actually 3 to 8.
Yeah, 8 will be a stretch. I think, don't they got 35 losses already?
Nah, because Memphis is 8. They 45 and 32.
Oh, they got 32.
They're only one game behind.
Oh, so you're right, 3 to 8 then. So 3 to 8 could change. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can end up 3. Anybody could end up 7 or 8. So it's gonna come down to the wire, which is a good thing. But we know you give Jimmy all the credit for the resurgence. What about you, G?
Steph has found his touch again. He's found his touch again, and that's the bottom line. They've gotten bigger in the front line with Post and can't think of the other guy's name. Not that they are
You talking about Dale Davis, son?
Post, whatever his first name is. I can't think the white guy.
Yeah,
The white guy and Santos. Those are players that are they're just role players. And their role is to play big. You know what I'm saying? Provide frontline depth.
right.
That was one of their issues, was that they were not very big at all. Of course, Jimmy Butler has added to what they have, but what this says to me, we should be looking at Jimmy with the side eye for quitting in Miami.
We did.
No, he needs it needs to be fully examined. But in the same way that you give James Harden hell for quitting on the Houston Rockets and quitting on the
Greg, we did.
Nuggets. I mean the Nets.
Greg, we did.
It need to be done again.
You're making another moot point because we did. We shadowed.
I said it needs to be done again. That's not a moot point. Adding bench production with Kuminga, moving him to the bench from the star lineup.
Really, it's Pods, man.
Podziemski. That's what Podziemski been hooping this week.
He been hooping, bro.
He been hooping.
He been hooping. Seriously hooping. You know what I'm saying? He's been a big factor in this that people not talking about. I'm with you, Jerry. I'm not going to take away from what Jimmy's added, but it's not just Jimmy. It's Pods getting healthy. They find Kerr is finding a rotation that works with the big men, like Greg just said. It's a lot of things that have come together at the same time. And Jimmy, the dog that Jimmy had, I think it gave them some confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, what's his name? Draymond was saying, adding him to the team gives them that other option where they know, okay, we can compete on a night in, night out basis. But just adding him by itself, he hadn't been putting up major numbers like that. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy hadn't been putting up numbers like that. Steph is the one who's raised his game, to another level.
Okay. Let me explain something about basketball to you two gentlemen, please, sir. Jimmy Butler.
Offensively, you ain't got to pay that much attention to Jimmy. Like Jimmy ain't that. Jimmy is not that, bro. You tell that to somebody else, bro. Jimmy ain't that. Jimmy living off what he did in them playoffs a couple times. Jimmy is not that on offense anymore, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay. Jimmy Butler is come on, Florida. Jimmy Butler is the reason for the Warriors' resurgence.
The only reason.
The reason is because he is a more than a plus player on defense, and he's a very cerebral offensive player. The weakest part of his game is the three ball, but like I told y'all when he got to the team, he doesn't have to shoot threes to be effective on this team. His entire game is his entire game bodes well for any team. You can plug and play Jimmy on any basketball team because he is a smart player and because he's a capable player. His getting to the basket helps him get points. It also helps the game slow down and gives them a better offensive chance in the half court. He's a willing passer. He's a good setup man, and you can go to him for some one-on-one buckets just like he did everywhere he's gone since leaving the Bulls. He was the leading scorer. That's why I understand when you say he doesn't get buckets like that. Oh, maybe you said he doesn't get buckets like that anymore. I disagree with that. I think his choice this year with Miami was to not score. I told y'all very early in the season that he was throwing games, and I was completely right. He threw games until they finally got rid of him and told him not to come back to the team, and they got him off the squad. Jimmy is very capable, and I think learning this offense and playing the way he has, I think he already has in his mind on how his attack and his game is going to go up another level once they get into the playoffs. I'm hoping that they meet up with the Lakers in the first round so they can get the Lakers up out of there. I think they can get the Lakers out of there early. But yeah, it's been impressive to see. The last thing I want to say is, y'all are saying that Steph's game woke up. Well, Jimmy helped that because there was no other threat on the court to create gravitational pull away from Steph Curry before that. Clay was gone. They didn't have shooting. They don't have big men worth of piss in the paint they could do any scoring. So it was hard for Steph. We were talking about Steph at the All-Star break. We were definitely saying he shouldn't be a starter, but we know he was a starter because it was in Golden State. His points have gone up because he got another All-Star type player on the team. Period, point blank.
Okay, 17 points a game when he was in Miami, 17 points a game while he in Golden State.
Yep.
Shooting his worst field goal percentage that he shot in the last 5 or 6 years. Your whole argument for Golden State is that you want them to beat the Lakers. You're looking for any team that you think can beat the Lakers to make your piss poor soliloquy or judgment and your pick that you said that the Lakers were not going to make the play in this year. You said that.
No,
so your whole pick about Golden State is about the Lakers. We understand that. We understand that. They're definitely a title contender now that they have Jimmy Butler, and now that Steph is shooting the leather off the ball again.
I never said the Lakers would not make the play.
Yeah, you did. You said that. I got it. It's on wax.
Okay, well, go get it on wax. When you get some time, find it on wax.
They won't even make the play in with Jim when we talked about JJ Redick.
No, I didn't.
You said they might not make the
I did.
Was your exact words.
What I said was they would be in the play in because they've been in the play in 3 of the last 4 years?
No, you said they was going to take us with JJ Redick as the clown that he was.
No,
they were not going to make the play.
No, that's not.
You said it.
That is a completely.
You definitely said
that is a completely made.
You didn't say there was going to be a clown show.
That is. See, now you change. See, now you're changing it. When you're wrong, now you change it.
You said that. You said that they would be a clown show.
Those were your words. I never said that the Lakers would not.
Let me go in my Google Drive.
That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense.
I will go in my Google Drive and find it so we can.
Okay, do you have the Warriors in the conference final?
Oh man, no.
So you don't have them as title contenders?
Right, they don't make the conference. They're not contenders.
They ain't contenders. What the?
I don't have.
What are we doing?
I got. I'm looking forward for Denver to make the. And it's gonna be tough with Russ on the team, but I won't. I would rather see
Warriors
Denver.
just beat
I
the
would rather
brakes
see
off. They just beat the brakes off Denver. Warriors just beat the brakes off Denver.
Yeah.
The way it's set up right now,
I would rather have
it's
the
Denver
Nuggets
versus Golden State in the first round.
Say that again.
If this playoff started today, it'll be Denver versus Golden State in the first round.
Ugh. Denver third, right?
Nope.
Oh,
what's Denver?
Fourth.
Who's third?
Lakers.
He pissed like that.
No, I obviously hadn't looked at the standings today.
It would be Lakers, Minnesota, Denver, Golden State, and then who knows?
It's gonna shift because
it's gonna shift. I mean, it's gonna be
shift.
some shifting.
Let me just tell you who I want to see. I want to see Denver. I wouldn't mind seeing Denver and the Warriors. I wouldn't mind seeing that because I don't have that much faith in OKC. I just don't.
Don't the Lakers play them like two times in a row coming up, G?
Yep, back to back.
2 games.
They're gonna lose both of them.
I don't know, bro. I'm looking forward to those games to see if OKC what they made of. You know what I'm saying? To see if I'm not sure they can handle the Lakers. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not sold on OKC either. I know they deserve respect. They could win 70 games this year, man, but for some reason I'm just not sold yet. I want to be sold, but I'm not.
I thought y'all said OKC could be.
I think they got a good chance to make the final because of the way it's going to set up.
I thought y'all said y'all thought OKC.
But I think they're going to avoid the Lakers till the end, though. I don't think they're going to have to play the Lakers early.
What happened to OKC can beat Boston in the final? What happened to that? Y'all
said that. They match up good with Boston. I like them against Boston. I don't think they match up as well against.
That's who we don't want to see because they done beat the shit out of Boston both times.
Right.
Man, if y'all
that's who we don't want to see.
If y'all think we worried about OKC, you're wrong.
Man, the playoffs is about matchups.
Y'all better be worried about New York.
What did Magic say? Back to back. Yeah.
We shall see. It's gonna be a good playoff. I'm actually looking forward to this playoff to see what happens. But next, you know what we got? Our Mount Rushmore segment. We've done the power forwards. What else do we do? The centers. Who else do we do? Did we do the?
It's the small
point guards.
We did the point guard, and we did the point guards. Time for the small forwards. Now, we had a little discrepancy on the power forward. Let's see what we got with these small forwards. Who want to go first, man?
Greg, start with Greg.
No, don't start with me. I'm going last.
My phone powered down. Well, you go Dante. I got to get my list back up. God damn.
All right. At number 5, hold on. Let me pull my list back up, man. Because it took me a while to think it through on who I was going to put 3, 2, 1. So hold on, let me pull it back up. All right. Okay, hold on, man. Computer freezing up on me. Hold on.
I'm coming for that number 1 spot.
All right. At number 5, I have Elgin Baylor at number 5.
Elgin Baylor. This boy done pulled out his mad dog.
Old school card. Number 4.
It ain't no top 5, Dante. It's only 4.
No, that's why. But last time we did the honorable mentions. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So I was letting you know who I'm leaving off already. You know what I'm saying?
Who you leaving out? Okay.
Elgin Baylor. You know what I'm saying? I had to leave him out. You know what I'm saying? He was close. For that 4 spot, for me, it was him and Kevin Durant.
Elgin Gay Baylor.
So Durant is 4 for me. 3, this was tough for me.
Hold on. Who's fourth?
Durant. I went
In the
Durant.
all
Kevin
time,
Do
he's on your Mount Rushmore. Kevin
Spider,
Durant is on your Mount Rushmore.
the
Wow.
Slim
Well,
Reaper,
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna rip that
Tarantula.
shit.
Gotta
I'm gonna
be.
rip that shit to shreds, but okay.
No, you ain't gonna be able to. So
Shit.
you're not gonna be able to. You're gonna be talking conjecture about the two chips and the not deserving. You can't. It is what it is. He got them. He got them. I mean, ain't shit you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit I can do about it. Do I think it was weak?
Hey,
It was
hit
weak, but he
dog real
got them.
holler.
Didn't Elgin Baylor play on a team full of greats?
Right. So I mean,
Did
what are
he
we talking
not
about?
play on a team full of greats?
Right. So I'm like, what are we talking about? You know? So what are we talking about? Anyway, number 3.
Again, consistency. That's what I
Right.
attack
You know, you're
consistency
right.
all
I
the
mean,
time. You
just,
can't do for one and don't do for the other.
exactly. Now,
I would
Larry
hate to have
Bird.
been a child and one of your stepkids because you would have been one of them stepdaddies that was like,
And I know Jerry got a problem with number 3,
I'm-
and I'm putting them in order. And I got Larry Bird, number 3. And I'll explain why in a minute. Once we let everybody go, I'll give my argument. I'm just gonna give it to you. Number
oh, you
2.
putting them in order.
Oh hell yeah, they in order. Damn right. Larry Bird, fuck Bird. He third. Fuck him.
Third.
Second, the doctor.
The doctor makes the house calls.
And number 1, got to give it to you, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's LeBron.
It is what it is.
It is
What can you?
It's
What
Bron.
can you say?
I don't have a problem saying it is Bron. At this point, it's Bron. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's on you, Jerry. We'll get the discussion after everybody get theirs out.
Okay.
Plot.
Ooh, boy,
I'm coming for that number 1 spot.
Man, a lot of debate on this number 1 on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't know we was ranking them. I thought they was just on there.
Yeah, we did it with everybody else.
We didn't rank. We just put them on there. But okay,
no, we got into Giannis and whether he belonged on there and where he was.
Right, but he wasn't on there. That wasn't okay. I feel you. I feel you.
I gotta go. Man, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I gotta go Bird.
That's what?
The first person on my Mount Rushmore. If I'm chiseling out Mount Rushmore,
out here, dog.
If I'm chiseling out Mount Rushmore over here
God,
on Red Mountain for
God would
for small forwards, the first person I'm putting on there is Larry.
He wouldn't even be able to find anybody with a chisel to do that.
Bird.
God would promptly strike his damn whatever that thing they have, his ladder, his
he wouldn't even be able to find nobody with a chisel to go put that shit
keep
up
himself
there.
off. God would strike you down off that mountain.
And then after that,
promptly.
I go LeBron James.
It hurt him to say that.
Then I go Elgin Baylor. And then I'm going Scottie Pippen.
What the heck? Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Get the hell out of here. The Dr. J disrespect will not be tolerated on this goddamn show. On this goddamn
all
show.
right, let me do my name. We're gonna get into this heated debate because he didn't say some stupid.
Just some stupid
shit. I mean, that mine ain't too far. I got Bron. I got Bird. Of course, Bron won. He the first face on the mountain. Bird, the legend. What else can you say that hadn't already been said about Larry Legend? Of course, Bron is unquestionably on there. You can't even do that. You got to do it for Dr. J, Dante. You got to. He was the original most electrifying athlete of all time. I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna leave off. I'm leaving off Elgin Baylor, no championship winning ass with all-time rosters. It was hard for me. Between these two players, I had Pippen and I got Kevin Durant.
Let me help both of y'all out real quick. Hold on.
Let me finish my list. I
just want to say this. Technically, Elgin Baylor.
You can say it during the debate section of this, sir. Pippen or Durant. Pippen or Durant. With Durant's 2 titles, no no leadership traits whatsoever on the teams that he's been on. I gotta leave him off, and I gotta put Pippen on there. His
Y'all niggas,
defensive prowess,
y'all niggas is
his
crazy.
do everything abilities, 6 championships. I know everybody want to give all of that credit to Mike. But
Nobody
Mike
does
said
that,
it.
but okay.
Mike said it.
Ooh.
Without Pippen, there would be no 6 titles. He was that great.
That's what real fans say. That's what real fans of the game
Give
say.
him his props. Pippen on the Mount Rushmore. Now, I will say this. Kevin Durant would be on there if he was actually a leader. Not that he went to Golden State. That did have a big knock. You joined the championship roster. Okay. But had he just been able to lead one team to
Season
a championship.
MVP, Kevin Durant, 2 times Finals MVP, 0 for Pippen. What the fuck are we doing here? First team All NBA, Kevin Durant 6, Scottie 3. Man, what the fuck we doing, dog? Man, come on, man. Y'all, come on. That leadership shit is overblown. It doesn't matter, yes, but in this conversation, as far as that, hell no. Scottie Pippen is not on the Mount Rushmore small forward. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Nah, dog. Hell no.
Hey,
Hell no.
man.
Ain't no way in hell, dog. Y'all niggas
Kevin
crazy.
Durant, if he had not relinquished his leadership to Russell Westbrook, to Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn, to
Again,
advocating
in
those
the
duties in
90
Phoenix.
years of the NBA, there's been all kinds of players, dog. Everybody don't do it the same way, dog. You can't.
Right, but we're talking about the greatest of the greats
Right,
right
and
now.
he's that based on his skill set. If you had to start your goddamn team, you not starting with him over goddamn. Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all niggas crazy, dog.
Oh, I picked Pippen over everybody except Bird.
Yeah, you lost your rabbit ass mind.
Yeah, you crazy as hell.
I would pick Pippen over
Y'all niggas
everybody
crazy.
except Bird if I need a small forward.
And as far as the Dr. J Bird shit, it's a quick answer for me. Everybody wants to exclude the ABA from Dr. J. I will not. I will not. I won't allow it. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't help what the NBA was doing. The ABA was good, so they can kiss my ass. There was some great players in the ABA.
I
I'm
got
not.
Dr. J on mine.
No, I'm talking about Jerry. I'm not going. I'm not going to exclude Dr. J. He was winning MVPs and shit in the ABA. He was the best of the best. Got more goddamn MVPs than Bird. When you count the ABA, you can kiss my ass. Dr. J ahead of goddamn Larry Bird. He was the original
Yeah,
Skywalker. Y'all can kiss my ass.
yeah.
Pippen is not on the Mount Rushmore. We're
I
gonna have to
got,
put up we're gonna have to put up 2 goddamn things on this one.
I got,
I'm putting up some I'm putting up some polls on YouTube on this one.
I got. Man, yeah, it was hard for me to leave Doc off.
It can't be done.
Um,
That's not anybody without Doc on their list of small forward. That ain't a real list. I'm sorry, Jerry.
yeah, it was
Not a real list.
it was tough.
It's
But like you
impossible.
said, I did leave the ABA stuff out of consideration. Now,
Can't do it.
I'm one of the people that's I'm normally speaking up for how good he was in the ABA, and I respect his numbers or whatever. But it was the ABA. I can't go and put Pippen in the ABA because he didn't play in the ABA. I can't put all these other players in the ABA because they
No,
didn't
but
play in the ABA.
there were
That's
NBA
my
players in the ABA is my thing.
that's
So how are we going to
there
discount their
were
numbers just because they were getting paid more to be in the ABA, but they had
well
NBA
the,
caliber players in the ABA?
the biggest thing that stands out to me is how far uh, Doc's numbers fell from the ABA to when he went to the NBA. It was night and day difference. And although he did get to the finals
He
quite a
won,
few times in the NBA,
and he won an MVP in the NBA.
he got an MVP. He got to the finals a couple of times. He lost when they did win. Moses Malone was that guy to help them get over the top. So I had to take that in consideration. And the thing that I take into consideration the most, how in the world does Dr. J, Mo Cheeks, Moses Malone, and Charles Barkley not win a title together when they were on the same team? How does that happen? How? How does that happen? This man had Charles Barkley and Moses Malone and All Stars.
Charles was a young player at the
Excuse me,
time.
and Andrew Toney, who was a scoring machine, left-handed. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I can be persuaded on Durant over Pippen. I went back and forth with them that day, so I'm not gonna say you were ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's
Durant
definitely
top 10. He top 10, all small forwards, but he ain't.
To be consistent for me, because I would have Durant in the all-time players list over Pippen if we was like ranking an all-time players list. And that's how I did with Stockton. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come full circle. Just Kevin Durant scoring prowess, the way that the easy money sniper. Damn, man, it's hard to do though, man. Pippen was just that great, man. Pippen was. I know he don't have all of the different accolades from a scoring perspective, but he was 10-time all defense. He's only one of 3 or 4 players to be a 10-time all defensive player. Didn't win a Finals MVP, but we know he was on MJ's team, and I know you want to give MJ much more credit than what I think. Not that he don't deserve that credit, but I don't think we give Pippen enough credit. Damn, man, I had to do a split, man. Half face Pippen, the other half Kevin Durant.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I just don't respect KD. I'm sorry. I just can't
say that, but it's not about basketball at this
point.
No. You got to keep it about basketball,
man.
I can't.
No.
You got to keep it about basketball.
I don't mean I don't respect him as a person. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about on the court as far as basketball stuff.
I don't respect the fact that he has that much game, that much skill, offensively we're talking, that much knowledge, and you take all of that to go play with a team that's in their prime to win championships when you actually led your team to the finals. But you actually got there. You actually got to the finals. You're getting
personality.
I don't.
That's the same thing you do with LeBron and other players that you don't like. You take personality.
Please stop bringing up fucking LeBron James. Nobody want to talk about LeBron.
He a small forward. That's the same thing that you do. You got to keep it about basketball, man.
But I'm gonna talk about something you said a second ago, Jerry, when we were talking about Denver. Though you said I don't know if they can get it done with Russ. Don't you think he was feeling the same way? You just said that a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
talking about Russ.
But see, this is, and I've said this plenty of times. This is the thing about being the best player on your team and being expected to be the leader of the team. I felt like Durant's part of what should have been part of Durant's legacy, in my opinion, is him being the player to get Russ to become the player that he needed in order to win a championship. Now, a bunch of people say, "No, why keep bumping your head up against that or whatever?"
Who can do that with Russ, though, we've seen Russ be the same player for team after team.
But,
right.
but hold on.
Harden,
let me
LeBron,
let me finish.
To Jokic, to Kawhi.
KD didn't even try.
We don't know that he didn't try. We don't know that he didn't try. You can't say that. Were you in the locker room? We got to stop doing these assumptions and from the outside looking in narratives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can.
That's not an assumption, Greg.
We're making assumptions. I've said that before, that he relinquished his leadership responsibilities and gave it all to Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? And it looks that way because
I'm with you on that, G. With stuff like that, show me the quote. You know what I'm saying? Show me the quote. Show me the article where it says that. Where he said that. You know what I'm saying?
Point. If that's the point. If he had been trying to get Russ
out of there
to change his game, I didn't even want him to be saying, "Hey, either him or me." I didn't even want that because they had something. They got to the finals as a very young team, something that normally doesn't happen to young teams. Ask OKC now, but if that was happening, then you would have those stories written by those locker room reporters that are in and out of there, or the team writers and stuff like that. You would have that somewhere on wax saying that KD would, try to get to reel Russ in or whatever. He didn't even try.
But here's my point.
Where's the
Here's my
proof on
point,
that,
Jerry. Here's my point, Jerry. That I don't like that we get into these type things when we're rating basketball skill and who's the better player. We get into subjective measurements like killer mentality, leadership. You know what I'm saying? Leadership is a trait that can be displayed on the basketball court, but we have these things that where we want to take certain aspects and traits of a person's character and lump that into basketball skill. At the end of the day, is Kevin Durant one of the most lethal scorers we've ever seen? Yes. Is he an effective defender? Yes. Did he win a title? He won 2 of them with 2 finals MVPs. That counts for something, man. We can't say, because he pussied and he was a cupcake, I can't put him on the. It don't matter if he was a pussy or a cupcake or not. He's one of the greatest to ever lace him up.
I could have put Jimmy Butler in the team and they would have won a championship. I could have put Devin Booker on that team and they would have won a championship. I could have put
no.
I could
have. No, the hell they wouldn't.
I could have put.
That's a lie.
I could put Russell Westbrook. I could put Russell Westbrook on the Golden State Warriors doing that.
That's a lie.
Off the bench,
no.
and they still
That's a lie.
Hell no.
That's a lie.
Hell no. Hell no. No, bro. You taking it too far with that, bro. No, man.
You can go and put Wiggins on those teams and they won a championship.
Like I'm saying, he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore, man. Whether you like him or not, it is what it is. You can't take away the man's accomplishment. He's accomplished what he accomplished.
I would put Dr. J on my list before I put Kevin.
I already told you farcical without having Dr. J on there. Your list don't even count without Dr. J on the
He said, I'm a farcical. I'm far side over here.
yeah, that shit farcical right there. Any list
is whack that you rank the list and put Bron second. Put Larry Bird number 1 over LeBron. That's asinine.
I figured that was coming though, so I figured that stick. You know what I'm saying? So okay, I figured that one was coming. But damn, to not have Dr. J on the damn list, man, get the hell out of here, dog. No, not even possible, bro. But let's get back to this. Let's get to this last segment, man. We hadn't done this segment in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. Taking out this trash. We got some trash to take out this week. Your boy Ja got fined $75,000, the gun point. Before we get into it, let me ask, did you have a problem with the gun point?
Yeah.
Just on his face, doing that. Because a lot of people do it.
Everybody do it. Everybody does that.
A lot of people do it.
Man, y'all didn't
Everybody
stop.
does.
Y'all didn't stop.
I'm being serious.
Name
a lot
of
people do it.
You saw do it in the NBA.
LeBron,
since a lot of people do it.
I've seen everybody do it. You can't have a game.
Name the person that you've seen do it.
LeBron?
LeBron. I've seen Austin Reeves.
I ain't never seen LeBron do it.
Oh, you out watching these games.
I ain't never seen LeBron point guns in a basketball game.
Oh, you're not watching
the game. You're not watching the game.
Never seen
that. I can tell you right now, you're not watching the game.
Jason Tatum has done it.
When
I've seen Jason Tatum do it.
Yeah, man, y'all just saying everybody do it. Y'all crazy. Come on, man. That's not true.
Man, it's being done,
what we're saying is
it's
people are doing it. It's a common celebration.
People are doing it, yes. But
most of the time,
we rarely.
Most of the time, you see them hold it to the ground.
Most
of the time, you see them hold it to the ground.
Nah, I can't name anybody that I've seen do it other than Ja. Even like your boy from New York.
Buddy Hield was just doing it to him. What are you talking about?
I didn't see. I know why he did it, but y'all two said everybody does it. That's what y'all two said.
I just pulled it up on here. Let's see. We got LeBron doing it right there. There go Miles Bridges right there.
Give me a second.
Right there.
Y'all give me a second. Hold on.
So how many do you want? That go Luca right there. How many you want? You know what I'm saying? How many people you
I
want?
know I've seen Austin Reeves do
Oh,
it.
damn, there go Darius Garland right there. How many people you want, bro? How many you want? This is a common celebration. That's why
It is, man.
my problem is the fact that he did it. You have to know your situation as a person. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. He is
I
toned
don't even have a problem with
situation.
him doing it even after the celebration because it's a known celebration. My problem with him and what I think is trash is the fact that he did it intentionally after
Right. That's what I'm
it
saying, though.
became a
Being
big issue.
tone deaf to your situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the issue.
Let
when he
me
first, like when he done it or he had done it previously,
Oh, and there
I didn't care
go
about it.
Jalen Brunson doing it right there too.
Yeah, you got to. He don't believe shit stank, man. You got to show him, man. You have to show him.
Mikal Bridges, that's the cat that I was. Mikal Bridges, Mikal Bridges is not doing a gun. Mikal Bridges
Bro,
got
you can't
himself.
tell me the picture I'm looking at, bro. We might not even be looking at the same picture.
Mikal Bridges.
This is a gun, bro, that I'm looking at.
Mikal,
I'm looking right at.
Mikal
Scottie
Bridges.
Pippen Jr. does it.
Can I
got a picture of him.
Can I tell y'all what Mikal Bridges said from his own mouth about his celebration? His celebration is not a gun. His celebration is three. When you see all these cats doing this right here, that's not a gun. That is that they are in Germany. They don't do three like this. They don't do three like this. They do three like this. That's three in Germany. That's three. So you see these guys doing this. So when you look at Brunson, that means he just shot a three and he's doing this. The German number three. That's what he's doing. So all those pictures y'all just talked about, that's what they are doing. They are doing the German three. They got that from Dirk Nowitzki. Mikal Bridges paired his German numeral three with some baseball player. I have no idea because I don't watch any baseball. He paired his celebration with that. So when he does that, that is an ode. That is an ode. This is what he explained his own celebration to be. That's what he did. So
that's so he don't get fined or get no negative press.
All those people you just mentioned, Dante, that you're looking at pictures of, even Dirk, Luka Doncic.
So you saying all of them know about the German number three. So your narrative is right and everybody wrong.
They're doing this. That's where they got it from. They
got all these players got it from Germany. Okay, I got it.
I said they got it. I said they got it from Dirk Nowitzki. That's where they got it.
And all these young players got that from Dirk. Okay.
Yes.
That's believable. Okay.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, sir. Like I said, my issue is not with the celebration. It's the fact that he was tone deaf about his situation. The situation he's in. The perception of him. He doesn't have a perception of what's going on around him. That's my biggest issue with him. You should know better. You know what I'm saying? As a person, at some point, you have to realize that, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this with everything he's had going on around him. And it just seems to me like it was just trying to be defiant for defiance sake. And that, to me, is what I had the issue with.
Oh, my God, Elijah Martin just had the dunk. He just jammed the shit out that ball.
Oh boy, you know I got the TV in front of me, boy. I saw it. But yeah, I just think that was my bigger issue with it as dude that's just saying my image of being this gangster kind of dude is more important to me than what's going on, even with this basketball team. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I have a problem with. And you're not that, bro. Stop it. You're not that, bro.
I said it the other day. It's time for him to get out of Memphis. The street culture is too pervasive there, and it's a shame that he is influenced by something that he's never been a part of.
Right.
It's a shame that he's influenced that way by something that is so negative. And he needs to get out of Memphis before something worse happens than him getting fined by the NBA. He doesn't know how to handle that type of success and be a professional as well as be, liked by the streets. He can't handle it.
Seems like nobody can tell him anything. So
he can't no, because if you're looking for his parents to do it, you definitely can't count on his dad for it because his dad just,
loving the limelight.
exactly
Man, college
living the
refs
life,
are the worst.
living,
College
living,
basketball refs
living,
are the
living the
worst.
living the life, and as long as he can come to the games and have his drinks, because he
What is a
definitely lit.
block?
He's definitely lit on those sidelines for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, John, I think he's intentionally do it now because he wants a change of venue. So I think it's time for him to go. I wouldn't even been mad for the league suspending him a game instead of taking his bread because it's just so deliberate, in your face with it. It's so senseless. It's sad. You talking about face of the league potential here, you know. Unfortunately, the dude can't stay healthy. That's the other part of this. He can't stay healthy. I don't think he's ever played 70 games in his career in a season. Um, he's hurting the team's chances this year because, like I told y'all, he has a shoulder injury that he can only play so many games consecutively before he can't even damn move his arm. So the coach is gone. They got rid of that. They got rid of Taylor Jenkins' entire staff last season. So coming into this season, they finally made that move. Who knows if they're going to hire from within or outside the team? Who knows? But this is just so. I just don't understand it, man. It just makes no sense. Losing money you don't have to lose when you're making that much money is just crazy to me. Crazy. Why? Why would he do it? Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it seems like it's just being defiance for defiance sake. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't think he feels it's a suspendable offense because other people do it. So, and I'm not sure
It's
that he
just
can
senseless, though,
either,
man.
but it's just
It's
defiance for
senseless.
defiance sake. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for this week, man. Good show, fellas. Hey, trash talking with the old heads. Do not forget, hit that like and subscribe button on
Yes,
YouTube.
sir.
Make sure hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Trash talking with the old heads. We appreciate all the support. We're trying to roll on towards 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate everybody that subscribed so far. We definitely gonna keep coming with it. Look out for it. Hey, we got some new production value coming our way. Check that out. Hey, the production value gonna be increased. So make sure you keep rolling with us. Jerry, anything to say before we close out, bro?
Duke Blue Devils.
I knew you wanted to say it. That's why I asked you, bro. Houston, come on, bro. Come on, Houston. Upsets.
Let's go, Cougars.
Let's
Let's
go,
go,
Cougars.
Cougars. Let's go, Cougars.
I'm in the spirit of Elijah Wan. Spirit of Drexler is in you, my son.
Not
The
gonna happen.
spirit of Drex.
The spirit of Drexler shall
Man, when they
rain
win
down
this
on
game
Cooper,
tonight,
shall rain down on Cooper Flagg's head with his basic ass. He will be a
super
mid-ass
basic.
NBA player. Andre Karolinko.
In the spirit of Christian Leitner.
Christian Leitner mixed with Andre Karolinko. But until next week, man, we out of here, man. Thanks for the support. We out.
Peace.